We're going to begin our discussion on polynomials now. Some definitions. A monomial is any real number, variable, or product of these. It only is one term, which means there are no addition or subtraction signs. So it can be any constant, which is a number by itself, or it could be a combination of a variable and a number. A polynomial is any monomial or sum of monomials. So anytime you have an expression with terms added together, it is considered a polynomial. Polynomial graphs are smooth, go on forever. There's no breaks, jumps, loops in them. They're nice and smooth, just keep going. The degree of the polynomial is the largest exponent of any variable. So whatever your biggest exponent is your degree. And to write in standard form, you're going to write these in order from highest exponent to lowest. Okay, so for this chart, you want to find the degree and then write it in standard form. Right. For the first one, x has an exponent of 1, and that's the only exponent in this monomial, so the degree is 1. Then to write it in standard form, it's highest to lowest. Since x is the only thing in it, it is just x. For the second problem, 5 plus x squared. Our biggest exponent is 2. So that means my degree is 2. To write in standard form, you go highest exponent to lowest. And my highest exponent is x squared, so it needs to come first. My next exponent is 1x. And then last, you always put your constant or the number by itself, so plus 5. X to the 5th plus 9, x to the 9th minus 3x squared. My biggest exponent would be the 9, it's the biggest number, so that means my degree is 9. That means that the x to the 9th would come first. My next highest exponent is 5, so I put the plus x to the 5th. And then my last is the x squared, so you keep the negative 3x squared in the last spot. Then last, 2x squared minus 4x to the 4th plus 5. My biggest exponent would be 4, so my degree is 4. Right. The highest exponent is 4, and it has a negative in front of it, so that means it is negative 4x to the 4th. My next highest exponent is 2. That 2x squared is a positive, so it's plus 2x squared. And then the last term is a plus 5. Your constant always goes last. When you're adding and subtracting polynomials, you can only combine like terms. Like terms have the same variable and same exponent. So, for example, you can only combine an x with an x, a y with a y, an x squared with an x squared, a y squared with a y squared, or a number with just another number that does not have a variable. They have to have like terms. So we're going to do this similar to how we did with the imaginary numbers. If there's a plus sign in the middle, that means I can drop my parentheses. So I'm going to write each term that are like in the same color. So there are no other x squareds, so it's going to stay blue. I'm going to put my x's in black. I'm going to put my constants in green. Like I said before, since there's an addition sign in the middle, that means you can just drop your parentheses. So I can bring down my 2x and my negative 4. Then I want to combine what is the same color. So I can combine, I don't have any other x squares. So I just bring it down. I want to combine my black numbers, 2x plus 2x, which will give me 4x. So I can combine my green constants. Negative 1, or positive 1 minus 4 is negative 3. Now, since they're all different colors now, they're not like terms, I cannot combine them. For the subtraction, we have to, just like we did before, you have to distribute the negative sign to everything after it. So I'm going to color code again. I have my 2x squared. always just drop the parentheses of your first polynomial. Alright, then we need to distribute. Negative 1 times negative x squared is positive x squared. Negative 1 times negative x gives you positive x. And then negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. Then I want to combine what's like. So 2x squared plus x squared is 3x squared. 3x plus x, I have 3 x's, add 1 to it, means I have 4 x's. And negative 1 minus 3, negative 1 minus 3 is negative 4. Go ahead and pause the video and do these two. The first one, I have an addition sign, so I can just drop my parentheses on both sides. I can combine my 4x plus 3x, which would give me 7x. I can combine my 3 minus 7, which is negative 4. For the second one, always drop your first parentheses. Now to distribute the negative sign, negative times 3x is negative 3x. Negative times 7. Negative times negative 7 is positive 7. And then combine like terms, 4x minus 3x is x. 3 plus 7 is 10. So as you notice here, these are the exact same polynomials. They're both 4x plus 3 and 3x minus 7. The only difference is the sign in the middle. The sign makes a big difference. It's a plus, and it gives you a completely different answer than if there's a minus in the middle. Not even close. So make sure if you have this minus, you have to distribute the negative to both numbers.